the students have ever asked that you don't know?
Today I'm quite confident in saying that student that ask me the question, I'll be able to answer them. I think the only reason why I think I can answer them was because I have failed enough. I have been through all the failure.
Really?
Yes. That what makes me very confident. Yeah. So it's by failure you learn. Yeah. By teaching you learn.
The Coffee and the Company Podcast Season 2.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Coffee and the Company. So I am now officially the host, Reese, and today I have a guest with me. So what's your
Hi,
name?
Reese. I'm Yennie.
Hi, Yennie.
Hi.
So what do you do here?
What do I do here?
Yeah.
Well, I was invited by you as a guest.
No, as in, what do you like? Oh, sorry. As in, like, what do you like work in over here?
Okay. Well, I now officially work with Baker Experience Academy.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Can you
As
tell us
a-
what's that like?
Yeah, as a baker, mostly focusing on making sourdough bread. Yeah, so I have been in this I would say industry for could be my 4th year already. Yeah, so I'm enjoying myself, and I am of course still learning every day.
Wow.
Yeah, never stop learning.
Never
right?
stop learning. Yeah.
Yes.
I unfortunately stopped learning.
Yeah, I know, right? Because I haven't seen your bread for so
Hey,
long.
I still bake. Okay, it's not
Yeah.
it's not like I stopped baking and then I stopped asking questions. Things like
Yeah.
that. I'm still baking. I just don't bring bread to Kadai.
Yeah, but you never bring your bread
'Cause
for us.
I feel intimidated.
Why?
you bake sourdough.
I still eat people's bread, you know.
Really?
Of course.
Okay, next time I'll bring my bread here.
Of course. And don't forget with your mushroom soup.
Oh. Yeah, sure. So,
Yep.
Yennie, so can you tell us like what inspired you to start baking in the first place?
Okay. I used to be working in a corporate world,
Mm-hmm.
like corporate office for many years. Maybe for the past 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I always wanted to learn how to bake,
Oh.
like part of my hobby. But, you know, working in an office, you never got time.
Mm.
I work not only 9 to 5. I work sometimes through very late nights.
Mm-hmm.
And the next morning, I have to wake up very early and get back to work. Even sometimes weekend, I have to work too. So I don't really have time to bake at all.
Wow.
So until I think 2018, 2019,
When was that? It was before the pandemic.
before the pandemic, yes.
Uh,
So my husband, you know my husband.
yes, he's
So
my boss.
he,
The original host of
Yeah.
season 1. Yeah.
the host.
Yeah.
So he bought me a mixer, a stand mixer as a birthday gift.
Oh.
So it was actually sitting there in the kitchen for quite some time.
How much did that cost?
Wow, it's a birthday gift, right?
Yeah.
How would I
You should
know how
ask.
much?
You should ask. You should ask.
Yeah. Well, so it had been sitting in the kitchen for a year or two, untouched, because I have no time at all.
Wow. Okay.
So 2018, 19, and then the pandemic hits.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I think everyone, including myself, will have more time at home. So that's where I learned to bake very simple cakes or cookies.
What was the first thing you made then? Back then?
I think I do join some baking class before.
Mm-hmm.
It's just really for fun. I can't really remember what I was baking, but for me to start from home, if I can remember, is a hard rock bread, like really failure in making bread.
Hard rock.
Like you can't bite the bread at all. So that was my first baking.
Mm-hmm.
So from there, I start to learn. I read books.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I watch YouTube. And you know, watching YouTube is not the same as
Did they
making
Did they
hands-on.
have enough information for you to start?
No, not really. You can't follow exactly what they say.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a try and error thing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
there is like things like the temperature of the weather and things
Yes.
like that. Yeah.
Everything you actually have to figure out yourself. I still remember I baked my first chiffon cake.
Oh.
You know, chiffon cake looks very easy, right? So I don't have a very fancy oven at home. It's just a very normal home oven. So I remember when I baked the first chiffon cake, you know, after you bake the chiffon cake, you need to upside down it to let it cool down, right? So I followed the recipe exactly. So what happened was I took it out after 30 minutes at the set temperature. When I tried to upside down the chiffon
everything
cake,
spilled.
yes, the whole cake collapsed.
Did
I was like, okay.
Did it spill all over on the floor?
It didn't spill. It still it just collapsed. It didn't attach to the mold.
Oh.
So then I realized, okay, I think I just failed terribly.
Did that broke your spirit?
No,
That
not
made
really.
you want to give up?
Actually, I from there, I want to make more.
Oh.
So I tried to figure out what went wrong and keep trying. Actually pity my husband because he has to eat most of the failed baked goods. Yes, until he kind of like surrender at one point of time.
I see.
Yeah, but during pandemic, we have not much of choices also.
Yeah.
So whatever I bake, he has to eat. Yes. So that's where I pick up
So
my hobby. I started up as a hobby from there. And then yeah, so I kind of like it. Yeah. So then one day my friend actually asked me, why don't you learn how to bake sourdough?
Oh.
To be very honest, in 2019, I don't even know what is a sourdough.
What?
So I tried to Google. When I started to Google, I was like, okay, I'm not going to try at all. Looking at the process, well, you know the process, right?
Yeah.
How to culture the starter, how do you start, and how do you make the dough, blah, blah, blah.
It sounds very, very like
So tedious.
yeah, so
right?
tedious.
And also very time consuming.
Yeah.
So I didn't even bother to check it out at all. So I just leave it aside until one day I feel so boring. I literally like nothing to do at home. I don't know what to do. So I tried to Google again.
So was that during the pandemic time?
Yeah, also during the pandemic time, yes. So I tried to get to know more. And then I took the courage to start culturing my own starter. I don't even know what is that, to be honest.
Oh.
I don't think did I? I can't remember. Have I tried a sourdough bread before? Maybe I do, but I don't really.
Have you tried your sourdough bread? What do you mean?
No, not mine. I mean people's sourdough.
Oh, other people's sourdough.
Because sourdough to me is really, really new. Like maybe to Malaysia, sourdough is not so
A lot of
popular at that
other
point of time.
countries
Yeah.
are eating sourdough.
Yeah, but not really in Malaysia at that point of time,
Yeah.
if I can remember. So I have very limited resources. I mean, despite you can check out YouTube or whatever articles, but the bread knowledge to me is so little. Among my friends, nobody talk about sourdough at all. So it's not a fancy thing to me. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Wait, so after that, you started doing your sourdough, right?
Yes. So I started to culture. I don't even know the process. Of course, I do.
Like, so you culture for like one day and then you straight away make sourdough?
Not really. I still follow recipe. But the thing is, culturing a starter is not like you're cooking, right? It takes time. I'm sure you know.
Yeah.
So I just read out YouTube, checking. I just, okay, that's it. I'm just going to continue culturing until I see something growing. I don't even know what is that inside. I can only smell terrible smell in the kitchen, the fermenting smell.
Yeah.
Okay, I hope it's growing. I see bubbles, kind of thing. So I try to relate to the whatever is happening. I try to check out YouTube. Okay, this is a good sign. Okay, this is what I'm going to do next, kind of thing. So after a culture for I think 14 days, I tried to make my first loaf.
Yeah,
It's terrible.
the basic requirement is 14 days.
Yes, it's terrible, I tell you. I still can remember. I still have the picture. My failed loaf, my first failed loaf, I still can remember. It's terribly disgusting, right?
Why?
I guess I also share this during my class, also during my workshop with students. I don't know what went wrong, but it just doesn't work it out. So I guess my starter requires more time
So
to
was
get
it like?
matured.
Oh, it mean as in the taste, is it?
Yeah, the taste is disgusting. It's very, very sour. And the bread is so sour and gummy wet.
Gummy and what?
Like it's not cooked at all.
Oh.
Okay. So yeah, I know I failed it terribly. So I want to give it a try. So I also in the class right now, how I motivate my student also is never give up. So I try
Those 3
again.
words?
Sorry?
Those 3 words, that's it.
Yeah, never give up.
Did
You
they
fail,
actually
you
motivate
try.
them?
Well, from their reaction, I think they kind of feel it. It's part of the motivation.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so just never give up. So I keep on trying. So most of the students, when they come into the class, right, they will ask me, "Hey Yennie, how many years have you been baking sourdough?" I will usually tell them, maybe you should ask me how many loaves have I failed instead. So when I share them my experience, how I challenge myself, how I go through all the failure, they were very impressed. Yeah, they were very, very impressed. Yeah. So along the way, I share with them how I overcome all the challenges, how I rectify problems, kind of thing. I'm sure now a lot of people also going through the same challenges, especially making sourdough. You yourself, you make sourdough.
Yep.
I'm sure you know what are the challenges.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not a normal bread. It's not a normal yeasted bread.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not.
So yeah.
Well, me personally, I've I could say about 1 year worth of baking sourdough experience.
Yes.
I've already baked well over about 100 doughs now.
Did you actually record down?
Uh,
Did you have a logbook or something?
No.
No. Okay.
No, unfortunately, no.
Yeah.
But I have kept count until I got lost about when I reached 84 sourdough. Yeah. After that point, I just lost.
What do you mean lost?
As in, like, I forgot the number.
Oh, okay. But you are still doing, right? You're
I'm
still making
doing
it, right? Yeah.
I'm still doing. So I guess I've baked well over 100 doughs now.
Okay.
And out of all of them, I guess I've failed probably about 80 of them.
Yes. Congratulations. Congratulations on the failure, actually.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of patience.
Yes. Patience and time. Yeah. I still remember you told me after the class, you told me you make at home and the comment from your parents. I can still remember.
It's very sour. Yeah.
Yeah. Not only sour, it tastes like a rock or a wood
yeah.
or something. Yeah.
It's like chewing plywood.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what they say. That's what they say.
I hope right now there's no more comment like that anymore.
No, not anymore.
Are they loving it?
They love it.
Yeah. Good for you.
Well, a few of my friends actually told me that they don't like put it in the oven or they don't put it in the toaster. They actually steam it.
Yeah, you can steam the bread. Yes.
That actually like shocked me a little bit. I think it was
you?
like
What do you mean shock you?
shocked me a little bit, like how
you eat the bread.
how you
is it?
eat the bread.
You know, like our normal traditional kaya butter roti. You
Yeah, I
steam the
steamed
bread,
it.
right?
Yeah, I steamed.
It's the same thing. Yeah.
So if you steam the sourdough, it's actually not how to say it?
Not crusty
not
anymore.
crusty.
Yeah.
Yeah, not crusty, but it can last longer.
Yes.
Yeah, it can actually last longer.
Yes. Yep.
Well, it's good to know that.
Yeah. It's another way. Like my mom, she can't buy crusty sourdough. So sometimes when she come and visit me at home, I got nothing to feed her, but only sourdough.
You steam the sourdough.
I will lightly steam it. I mean, I'm not going to steam for 10 to 15 minutes. I will just boil the water and turn off the stove and let the boiling water steam for about a few seconds. It will immediately soften the whole bread.
Oh.
Very, very nice. You should eat that soon.
I will try that.
Yes.
Okay, so after your love for the sourdough, what inspired you to start teaching?
Okay, to be very honest again, I never imagined myself today as a trainer or as a person to share what I know. I never imagined myself. I was all the while thinking, okay, I'm going to work in an office, corporate office for the rest of my life. Yeah, never had a thought. But until when I start to get better on the baking, yeah, as I'm still learning today also. So my husband, right, who runs the Coffee Academy, invited me as a partner, working partner, working partner, not investor, right?
Working partner.
Working partner. So he is very enthusiastic in teaching people education.
Yeah.
That's why he runs the Coffee Academy, right?
Yeah.
So he say, why don't you start to teach? We are part of the academy. Education is a good learning environment to teach people. And I also realize people do have challenges, especially those home baker. They have many challenges in like culturing the starter, making a good sourdough bread. Yeah, so I had a thought, and that moment, I mean, at that point of time, I don't really have a very stable job either. Yeah, I do freelancing. I do freelancing in marketing, in event management. So I don't really have a very stable income or stable job. So I had a chat with him. I say, okay, I should give it a thought. I can't be doing the same thing for the rest of my life. Work for people, right? I don't have anything for myself. Yeah. So we tried out. Well, we never know, right? If you never try.
Yeah, never know.
So I tried it out. So we started very small, right?
Yep.
We were in a very small room.
Yeah.
And I really feel very grateful for my past students that enjoying my class despite a very little room there. Yeah. So thanks for the support from there until now. Yeah, we have a slightly bigger space now so that students have a bit more comfortable environment for learning. Yeah, so we started from there very small. We started at very little students. For me, it's very new teaching, If you ask me go to stage and speak, I will be shaking, sweating, like you speak in front of students. Teaching is also a different thing. You need to have a sufficient knowledge to share, to teach, of course. So when students ask you the questions, you need to make sure you understand and know how to answer also, right?
Yeah.
So, but I take it positively, although my experience is not there yet. Well, I do understand the basic, so I take it positively. So I go ahead.
So is there any questions that the students have ever asked that you don't know?
Probably that time, like few years back, maybe people still are very new in this industry. I'm very lucky that during the sharing, whatever question they ask, I'm still able to answer them. But maybe on a very surface level. But today I'm quite confidently saying that students that ask me the question, I'll be able to answer them. I think the only reason why I think I can answer them was because I have failed enough. I have been through all the failure.
Really?
Yes. that what makes me very confident. Yeah. So it's by failure you learn. Yeah. By teaching you learn. Yeah.
So now that I failed over like 80 doughs, do you think I'm suitable to teach sourdough?
Well, you have to bring me your bread. Bring me your bread to try. Yeah.
I still can't get the bunny ears though.
The bunny ears?
Yeah.
Okay. I always tell my students bunny ears is not important. For those who bake sourdough, I'm sure you know what is bunny ears, or rather we call it a rabbit ear.
A rabbit ear.
Well, it's good to have it. It's part of your achievement. But if you don't get it, don't get upset.
Yeah, I know.
You still get a very good bread to eat, right? So don't worry about it. Practice more, like me.
I still need to practice more,
Yeah.
So, what other things do you teach besides sourdough?
We just recently launched a gluten-free bread.
Oh.
Gluten-free bread workshop.
Oh,
So
what's that like?
why we launched that was because some of our students, when they came for the class, we were sharing. Then they will say that, oh, I actually have a gluten insensitivity. I have stomach problems. I cannot eat wheat bread. I cannot eat gluten kind of thing. But I still can eat sourdough because sourdough is more healthier.
Sourdough is wheaty.
It's wheaty, but it's a bit healthier compared to our commercial bread. If you know thanks to the mother starter, who helps to break down the glutens, the starches and everything, and it makes you a bit more healthy when you consume it. Yeah. So when they ask me, do you have any other classes or any workshop about gluten free? So it takes time also. I have been actually dragging for a while before we launch it recently, because gluten free is a bit sensitive, especially for those who have this illness. So gluten free means they can't take gluten, obviously. So have you tried to eat gluten free bread before?
No.
No, maybe
I
you
can
should
take
try.
gluten.
Yeah. So it's not when
I don't mean to be what you call it, glutinous.
okay.
But I can
got
take
it.
gluten, yes.
Yeah. But I mean, it's good to try so you can actually compare the difference. Yeah.
Yep.
Before I started to do an R&D on this gluten-free bread, I tried before gluten-free bread. It's not something that I like too, because it's a different texture. You need so many different ingredients to make it another option of healthier bread. So we started to do a bit research on that, have a chat around with people, friends, trying to understand. I just have a chat with my friend. She has a 9-year-old kid at home who has I think a celiac disease. Since young, since baby. So that little boy, he cannot take gluten at all. And even though at school, it was just a shock to me at school. When they are doing some art craft or something that has the flour content, it makes the whole body so sensitive. He got rashes, red eye, flu kind of thing.
Oh, that's not good.
So that is very, very sensitive. So we understand the challenge, especially mom, home mom. Yeah, have to take care of the kids and have to make sure they have a proper meal, proper gluten-free meal. It's not easy, yeah. So we thought, okay, maybe we should take this into consideration to teach our student another type of bread that the moms can make at home too. Yeah, so at least they have option. Do you know how? Okay, I shouldn't ask you. Do you know?
I don't know how.
Okay, gluten-free bread is pretty expensive. Just for information, like a little loaf like this could cost you maybe 30-40 ringgit.
Wow.
So
what?
can you
Why?
imagine a growing kid? How much do they need to eat in a week?
A growing kid could probably cost about $500,000.
Yeah, like you, expensive kid.
But what?
Expensive kid. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So that's what we launched the gluten-free bread workshop recently. So we were quite surprised with the response.
A lot of people wanted it.
Yes. Inquiry starters comes in, and also thanks to our previous sourdough students, most of them also sign up because they are on a very healthy diet. So they want to make gluten-free bread as another choice of bread. Yeah. So yeah.
Well,
maybe you should come to my class also. Yeah. Don't make sourdough. Stop. Don't bake. Stop making sourdough for a while. Come and learn how to make gluten-free bread.
But do you have an employee discount?
Of course, for you. No problem. Ask your boss.
I'll ask my boss.
Yeah, ask your boss.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what about in the future? Will you ever make anything else that'll be like gluten-free or something else?
The next planning, or maybe already in the plan, we were hoping to launch another version of gluten-free bread, but it's sourdough version. That means sourdough gluten-free.
Huh?
So right now we are still using gluten-free yeast, gluten-free yeast. But I do understand some people also quite sensitive to those yeast, like commercial yeast. But as long as it's gluten-free, they're okay to take it. So if we move to sourdough gluten-free, is another level of bread. Yeah, so it's totally gluten-free at all, including the starter. So we need to culture another gluten-free starter. You have to go through the cycle again.
No, I don't mind going through the cycle. The main question is, I don't know whether I'll be able to do it.
Yeah, it just requires some patience. That's it. That's why I always tell my students.
It requires patience and kindness.
And passion.
No, kindness.
Yeah, kindness. And TLC. Yeah, like you, TLC, lovely. Yeah.
Thank you.
Tender loving care.
Yeah, tender loving care.
Yeah.
Okay, so I also understand that you bake other things like cakes and stuff.
Well, I do bake cakes. Well, like as I shared with you earlier, I do bake cakes during my stage where I start to learn how to bake on my own. While the cakes techniques actually comes in when I actually work with a local cafe. Yeah, I worked in a cafe before in the baking section. I think about 2021, 2022. Yeah, for a couple of years over there. Yeah, so that's where I also learned to pick up my baking skill. Slightly better. And poor my husband have to eat cake most of the time. He's not a cake person, but he has no choice. So yeah, so I do bake cakes, and we do have kids baking class. Yeah. So kids baking class will be handled by my assistant Kimberly. So she's good in handling kids. I'm not at all. So I let her do everything that she wants.
I should have grabbed her, come here.
Yeah, you mean like you want to learn kids baking?
No, I should grab her, come here.
Yeah,
come
so Kimberly will be helping me on the kids baking session. Yeah, we try to have a bit more varieties or more slots as much as we can, but we have quite limited time because on a daily basis, Kimberly has to work in the office. So baking is also part of her hobby also. Like she loves baking, but we really have limited slot over the weekend. Considering now we have sourdough and then we have gluten-free, we are quite tight on the schedule actually. But we try to fit it in.
You need to, so on your gluten-free class, you need to find a very, very good candidate to be your gluten-free
Would you
class
like
successor.
to be the next one?
I'm very busy. My terms and conditions are only on Sunday right now.
Your terms and conditions. Yeah, we have weekends for you. Yes. Yeah. Would you be the next one?
I don't know. I need to talk to my boss first.
Okay. Yeah. So we try to have a bit more varieties. Hopefully, with enough of manpower, enough space, maybe. Yeah.
And the space is a little bit of a problem.
Right now, I mean, for all our classes, comfortably, we only want to manage very small class. Small class means maybe from 4 to 6 person. We feel very comfortable. The reason is we don't like to have too big class. Number one, because my student will not be able to learn in the class. There's no attention given. There's no focus. There's no individual guidance throughout the hands-on experience. So yeah, I think 6 students is pretty comfortable. We don't. I mean, as of now, we do not want to grow too big of the class.
So if it's 8, you would require an assistant.
Yeah, probably like you as an assistant, maybe. Yeah, but
I'm only here and there around like once or twice a month to help you out, right?
Yeah, sure.
Barely even that.
So we try to control the size, so that everyone has equal opportunity to ask questions during the workshop and sharing, more focusing on individual level. Yeah. Yep.
That's nice. Okay, so we'll go back to the kids baking for a bit. Has the kids ever like actually listened to you when you teach them how to bake?
Well, you know, kids.
'Cause you bake cupcakes,
you
right?
are kids also, right?
I was once.
You are now still.
I was once.
Well, kids. Kids. I would say. It's fun to bake with them together.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, kids being kids, they could be a naughty kids. It could be very good kids. Every kid is different. So, well, most of them, they are quite obedient.
Mhm.
Obedient as in they listen to instruction. Yeah. So we try to make the class as fun as possible.
Mhm.
So let them really enjoy the class, like really,
Mhm.
really fully hands on. Some parents might ask, is it okay if I sit in to the class with
You
my
listen
kids?
to it, yeah.
We will usually not to say that we don't allow, but just that we want to our objective is to allow the kids to experience.
Mhm.
That's what we call baker experience, right? So if the parents are around, probably the kids wouldn't be really enjoying themselves,
Mhm.
or they will really not focusing because the parents is around.
Oh,
Yeah.
so would you kick the parents out?
I wouldn't use the word kick lah. I would just
Just gently escort them out the door.
No. Before they come to class, we already will pre-inform them that this is a drop-off class. So you drop your kids, you go have your me time, come back and pick up your kid. That's it.
Ah.
Yeah, but most of them, they are quite understanding. Yeah, quite understanding.
Alright.
Unless there are special requests, there's no choice.
I don't think there's understanding. I think there's like freedom to them.
Exactly. This is actually their me time, you know.
Yeah.
Like 2 hours.
2 hours of me time.
Which parents do not want that, right? So
Yeah.
yeah. When your parents soon, you will understand. I'm sure you understand also.
I already understand. I've seen a lot of kids right now. They are much more chaotic.
Yes. Yeah.
It's like the
Yep.
parents never get any rest. Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah. Like your mom also make you breakfast also, right?
I make myself breakfast. What do you mean? What do you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. So, okay. So, how do you ensure that your students will actually like listen to you, things like that? Because
Well, they are adult enough, right? I can't really force them to listen to me, or to make sure they follow what I'm saying, right? So because making sourdough is something that is quite flexible, I would say, quite resilient, as in as long as you understand the basic, as long as you understand the concept, you always have your own way to make your bread. So there's no restriction, there's freedom. Recipe is just a recipe. Right.
Yeah. You could always change the
Correct.
recipe. Yeah.
It's not that you could always change. It's always you need to adapt to the changes,
Adapt to the changes.
because well, you make 80 loaves, you should know, right?
100 plus already.
100 plus
yeah.
already. Okay, flour is different.
Yeah.
Our temperature is different.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I always
Yeah.
during
I learned the hard way that you should never put the flour in the fridge.
why?
Because if you put the flour
Cold,
in the
right?
fridge, it's cold. Yeah. So it will halt the starter
Yes.
process.
You asked me this question before, right?
Yeah.
I remember. Why my starter is not growing?
Yeah. they ask me if I put the flour in the
Yeah.
fridge. Then I'm just like,
Yeah.
uh-oh.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can keep the flour in the fridge, but maybe before you want to use it, you just take it out, let
Yeah.
it thaw at room temperature for a while,
Mhm.
and then you use it. Yeah. So come back to your question. How do I make sure
Yeah.
my students
Your students
listen
actually
to?
listen to you. Yeah.
Yeah. So well, they're all adults, so they paid to learn, right?
Yeah.
So usually the students are quite a learning person.
Mhm.
So I actually prefer students that ask me a lot of questions.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, there are students that come to the class, they don't ask question at all, you know.
Oh, they came in blank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blank is okay, but they just don't ask question. Right. So I got a bit worried, to be very honest. I got very, very worried when students don't ask me question.
Mhm.
Either then I'll start thinking myself, am I not teaching clearly enough, or this student don't really absorb, he or she is not absorbing anything at all.
So do you like personally go and tackle
so
them?
usually as the class is going, I will try to take opportunity or find time to have a conversation with the student. Maybe I just throw him a question. Yeah, so from there I realized some students quite okay when maybe they're too shy to ask.
Probably.
Yeah, so when I approach them individually, they usually will strike a conversation with me. Then the question will comes in throughout. Yeah.
So do you think it's mainly just shy, or do they just have like...
I don't know. Everyone really have different character. So I love students that, like I mentioned, ask me question. I mean, you also as a trainer, right? Coffee trainer. Do you enjoy student asking you question? Yeah.
Yeah, I actually
because
enjoy
it's
it.
a sharing, right? So yeah, if you don't ask me question, I usually will ask students questions. Like a simple one, just to make the class a bit more fun, not so boring, right?
Like what sort of questions do you normally ask?
I will refresh their mind with all my teaching. Like ask them, so this jar, where do you keep this jar, your starter kind of thing. Very simple question, so that they are alert. Yeah. This flour, do you use this hydration percentage kind of thing? Yeah. So they get a bit alert. Yeah. So it keeps the class a bit more lively at least. Yeah.
Do you like question them? Like, let's say like you caught someone who's like slowly dozing off from the class, right? You catch them, then you ask them questions.
Well, I do notice that sometimes. Well, I can understand because it's a long day, right? Our workshop is a long day, like 9 to 6:45. It's kind of a long day, so I do understand, especially after lunchtime. Maybe students get a bit tired. Yeah, maybe after lunch, like really want to take a nap or something.
Yeah.
I do see them dozing sometimes.
You eat too full, you're supposed to hibernate.
So but I try not to do anything to scare them away. But so as long as I see this kind of scene, like students start to get tired already, I will just stop the class. Take 5, take 10. Go and refresh your mind and come back. Everyone. Yeah. Including myself. Yeah, sometimes get a bit tired also because it's a long day.
So when you get tired, then you ask them, take a 5, take a 10. What do you do?
I will just have a quick rest, toilet break, water break, kind of thing. Yeah, or maybe I take that opportunity. Take 5 minutes.
You go sleep.
No, I hope I have a bed there. Yeah. So I take the opportunity to maybe approach individual student. Yeah, and try to strike a conversation with them. Yeah. Some I realize they are quite shy to talk. So yeah, I think that's the best I can do as of now. Yeah. Yep.
So do you follow like strict rules or like certain procedures when it comes to teaching a sourdough class?
When I was starting, of course, yes, because I tried to make sure the students get the most out of us, the learning process and everything. But as the class is going right now, it's been a few years already, I realized I cannot afford to follow a strict rules, right? Because when the student asks me, what if my kitchen is like this? What do I do? What if I only have this, blah, 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 what do I do kind of thing? So you got to be very flexible. Student will throw you this question, right? So I don't have a fixed formula, to be very honest. I don't have a fixed rules, yeah. But of course, as an educator, from education perspective, we do have a fixed sort of like syllabus or content to teach. But when it comes to individual question, I will share with them, what if this happened to you, you're going to do this. If that happened to you, you're going to do that.
So what happens if I have a small kitchen?
Yeah.
Yeah, things like that.
Yeah. The renovate become bigger kitchen. No, just joking. Yeah. So every student, they have different scenario, different challenges. So based on their question, I will, as much as possible, I will help them. Yeah.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, especially like when they are talking about oven. I have a really little small oven. How can I bake a good sourdough kind of thing? Yeah. So I can't just follow a strict rules. Yeah. So it will be quite challenging. Yeah. Things got to be quite flexible.
It has to be very flexible in teaching class.
It's the same as you, right? As a coffee trainer, right?
Yeah.
What if
we also have to be very flexible in case like someone ever asks a random question or someone asks another question.
Yeah.
Things like
So
that.
actually taking a very good example is let's say your student is left-handed but you're right-handed.
Yeah.
How do you tackle that, right?
Yeah.
So you got to react to that also. Yes. Yeah. Flexibility.
So, what type of like baking technique or specialties do you do when you teach baking? When you focus on teaching baking?
Actually,
Any,
technique wise, sourdough breaking, not sourdough breaking, sourdough baking. For me, it requires very little technique. It's not like making pastry. It's not like making cakes or whatever. Well, it does require very little technique. But to me, most of the time is as a baker, how are you able to handle it your way? Yeah, using your own style, your way. Yeah. So technique, yes, a little bit. But I always tell my students before the class start, usually if you embark into sourdough journey, you only have two main challenges.
What's the two
Have
main
a guess.
challenges?
You should be able to know.
Okay. When you embark on your sourdough journey,
what was your two main challenges?
How to keep the starter alive.
Yeah. Actually, this is maybe not the first one. Actually, it's how to culture the starter.
How to culture the starter.
Yeah, how to culture, yes, and how to maintain it.
Sorry, my only focus was to keep it alive.
Yes, how do you do maintenance, right?
Yeah,
how do you keep it alive and
starter.
Pass on to your next generation, hopefully.
I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
I tell them to start their own.
So this is actually the first challenge. The second one would be using a home oven.
Oh.
Yeah.
How to use a home oven.
Yeah, how to use a home oven. Yeah. So yeah, flexible. I know you got pretty good equipment at home, right?
I don't have.
Everything is perfect. Everything is provided.
No, I don't have. I don't have.
Yeah.
No, my oven is not as powerful as your oven.
No, it's not my oven. It's the company's oven.
Company's
Yeah.
oven. Yeah, company.
Yeah.
Your company has already like two or three ovens right now, right?
Yeah.
Over there.
Yeah.
So as for me, I only have like a Dutch oven.
Yeah. It's good enough.
Yeah, it's good enough.
Yeah.
But I can only bake one loaf at a time.
Yeah.
So if I ever want to bake like 6 loaves, it'll probably take around like
6 hours.
6 hours. Literally like a quarter. Yeah, it's just probably a half day. I woke up at like 7:30 in the morning and I start baking.
I think you should work a bit harder so you can save some money to upgrade a better oven.
I should start selling my sourdoughs.
Yeah, why not? Sell to your neighbors. Yeah. Sell it to your friends.
I'll think about it.
Yeah, that is also part of my learning journey.
Oh.
Start selling to neighbors. Not very expensive, of course.
How much did you sell last time?
Can't remember, maybe just 15 ringgit. So that actually gave me an opportunity, to keep on making and rectify my problems. Yeah, I mean all the neighbors are kind enough to have a try. To have a try, trust me. But I took it as an opportunity to learn.
So do you tell them you should like put it in the freezer?
I usually would tell them how do you store it.
How do you store it?
In the freezer. Slice in the freezer.
Slice and
Didn't
put
you
in freezer.
do the same thing right now?
Yeah. I slice it and I tell them. I slice it for them actually.
I'm glad you listen to the class.
Okay.
I'm glad you learned something.
I understand that there's no preservatives in sourdough.
Yeah.
Which is why we need to put in freezer.
And exactly. Yeah. So if you keep in freezer, it will last for quite long.
Yeah.
Maybe up to a month or two.
Let's not keep sourdough for a month.
Well, if you have a small family, how can you finish in a week or two, right?
But not a month, right?
Well, I mean, I'm just telling you, the bread can last for about a month in the freezer. Yeah.
All right. So what kind of students would you normally receive when it comes to teaching sourdough?
Actually, there are all kinds of students. I mean, all walks of life. Some is really unexpected. Why are you here?
Random small child came to your class.
I think the youngest so far I had was maybe 16 years old.
Wow.
Like one of the coffee student, Aiden, 16 years old.
Wait, Aiden was part of the class? The
No, I
sourdough
mean
class?
coffee
coffee.
class. Yeah, I mean coffee class.
Coffee class.
Yeah, but I mean 16 years old is the youngest. We do have older senior student that maybe about 60s, 70s. I really, really respect them. That they still learn at their age. Yeah, so I always tell them never stop learning. Never stop learning. Yeah. So yeah, all walks of life. We have individual home bakers. We also have people in the business doing bakeries. We even have some pastry chef from hotel.
Oh.
And learn how to bake sourdough because they want to make sourdough as part of their breakfast serving in the hotel. It's a 5-star hotel.
Oh.
Yeah, so we will quite proud of it. Like we proud as in we have chance to teach people from different industry, and they use this knowledge or learning to make it into their living. Yeah, some people maybe some home bakers, they're retired aunties, plenty of time, so they start to make bread and sell, at least fill up their time, right? Yeah, because sourdough you know you need a day or two
Definitely
to make a loaf or something.
Definitely, but as of right now, I think I only need like half day. Probably.
Yeah, actually it's just a half a day, but maybe a bit of preparation before that.
Just
and
a little bit,
yeah. So yeah, anyone we are welcome. As long as you got the heart to learn, we're willing to teach.
That's good. That's good.
Yep.
So do you have any like success stories from your students?
Yeah,
after
I
taking
always
sourdough?
encourage them to practice, of course. Practice makes perfect, right? So I'm happy to see that they share me photos before and after. Like they tell me, right, you see my bread is so good right now. I got very good oven spring. You know it's oven spring, right? You know how your bread puff up very nicely?
Yeah.
Excuse me. From a flat one to a fat.
Very fat round.
From flat to fat. Yeah. They were so happy. So they will send me photos and thanks me. Very, very happy. So things like that, those message that comes in, make me feel even want to work harder, right? Want to work harder and want to give more. Yeah. So was very, very happy that we are able to help them. Even though maybe it's just their hobby or maybe they plan to do business or something. Yeah. So very, very happy. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
I wonder if I can have those kind of success stories that I sent to you.
Yeah, you just keep it to yourself. No need to share to us.
Why? I can't send. I can't take some pictures send to you.
Yeah. No need.
Oh.
After 100 loaves already,
So you just
I
want.
never see anything coming.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, next time. Okay, the next batch, I'll bring one loaf to you.
Yes,
okay.
please. Yeah.
I'll bring one loaf.
Yeah.
Okay.
With your mushroom soup, please. Yeah, but just for everyone's knowledge, Greece makes a very good mushroom soup. So when we have our party gathering, the only dish that we order is the mushroom soup.
Okay. Thank you.
Please teach me how to cook also.
Maybe one day.
Yes.
Okay. So how do you stay updated for the baking trends? Because I see nowadays, right, there's a lot of like sourdough recipes or how you properly do the sourdough and things like that.
Yes.
And nowadays, there was one popular thing. There was a sourdough pizza that you told me about.
Yeah.
So like, how do you stay updated to all these like sourdough trends?
Well, actually, we are quite lucky. As in, there are plenty of resources out there, especially Instagram, YouTube, right? So, I guess that's the only common way, maybe for everyone, the common way to learn more, to stay updated, as in what the trend. Maybe let's talk about scoring. How do you score a fancy design kind of thing? But yeah, those are very good resources. But to me, I usually will read books.
Oh?
I still read books. I have plenty of bread related or sourdough related books at home.
Mm-hmm.
So from me, I think from reading books, you get to learn even more. Even more because books have all the details. It makes you think further. So yeah, Instagram is really, really good resources, but most of the time are very visual, right? Very visual. You've seen, visual. You probably will forget. Yeah. And worst thing if you never practice, what's the point, right? So for me, I find that reading books helps me a lot to understand better. Yeah, you learn something and you apply it. By me sharing with the students. I learn new techniques I share with students.
But has the students ever like learned new technique or not coffee, but baking trends? And then they ask you whether you know
some
about
of them they do like ask me, is this really working? I can't remember who. So one of the students asked me something related to flour or something. I can't remember. So they will usually DM us and ask, is this really working? So with my knowledge, I'll try to explain to them. If it's working, it's work. If it's not, you're just going to try it again and again. I'm not going to tell you yes or no thing, right? You got to experiment on your own. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the same thing you did to me, right?
Yeah,
I ask you questions.
You ask me question.
Like, do you try it yourself?
Do I give you straight answer? No,
you
right?
tell me just go and try.
Otherwise, will you reach 100 loaves today?
I think
to be very honest.
I think I'll still do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
mean, I won't usually give ABC answer to students.
You give tips.
I give tips, yes, tip sharing, but I will not give direct answer. Otherwise, what's the point? You're learning, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm feeding you, but you're not learning, so there's no point. So, in fact, I will always ask them question. They ask me question, I will ask them back the question.
Oh.
Yes.
Like how? Like how?
Reverse kind of thing.
Like how?
Like for example, they will usually ask me typical question that comes in after the class. How do I prepare my levain? Levain when I'm ready to bake.
Wait, last time I heard that word from you is levain, right?
Some people pronounce it as levain, some levain. So I usually mention it as levain. Levain or levain, yeah. It's a French word or something. Levain. Sounds so romantic.
It's French. French language is very
so
sexy.
I got those question a lot after the class. So they will ask me, do I do this, and this? What do I do next? So I will ask them, what are you going to do next? Tell me, what are you going to do next? So from their answer, I will guide them. They will ask me, do I feed at this time if I want to do that at that time? I will not say yes or no. I will ask them, what time is your last feeding? Like just today only, a student asked me. Like a long list of questions. I mean, I'm happy to help. I'm really happy to help. But sometimes I do also have limited time. So I want them to learn a bit faster way. So I usually throw back question to them. Like I ask them question. So from their answer to me, they will actually get it even more than me providing them the answer. You get what I mean?
Yep. Yeah,
it's like a reverse way of learning. Yeah. I will not tell you straight answer.
Oh, that's really nice considering our boss.
Yeah,
he asked the question back with sarcasms.
I don't have sarcasm now.
Yeah. Yours is more informative questions.
Yes.
Our boss one is more like sarcastic.
Yes. You learn from a different way. Different way. It's how you take it personally. Yeah. If you take it, you got it.
Yeah.
If you put your emotion in, so you're not going to learn anything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we are here just to help. Yeah. Just to educate. Yeah. In a slightly harder way.
I see.
Yeah.
So, for sourdough, can you like walk us through how you would normally start?
Okay, about the workshop, right?
Yeah, about the workshop.
Yeah.
Before the workshop starts, how does it
usually
start?
Before the workshop, there are plenty things to prepare.
Yep, especially the starter. Right?
The starter, yes. So I need to make sure I have enough starter to use during the class. I need to make sure everyone get a little bit home mature starter. So before the class start, let's say on a weekend basis, I need to make sure Friday I need to refresh the starter. This is how I teach the student also. Exactly the same step. So I will refresh the starter and then I prepare the amount that I want and big calculation. This part of the workshop content also, how do you do calculation so that you don't have too much of starter or too little to use. Yeah, a bit of calculation. And then during the day of the class, our class usually start at 9 a.m. Start at 9 a.m. and around maybe 6:30. Sometimes it can be at 6:45. It's a long day. So during the workshop, actually this is actually like not really a beginner class if you ask me. Maybe a bit more into intermediate already because you are taking a lot of information back.
I think it's probably just like a crash course or something, right?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah. So you are taking back a lot of information, troubleshooting your previous experience. Like most students, they've tried before, but they failed tremendously, but still not sure what went wrong. So they came to the class. So during my class, plenty of information from the whole process. What are you doing from next to next kind of thing? And how do you handle the dough? What if the dough have different character when you're using different flour and different amount of water, blah, blah, blah kind of thing. So a bit of tips sharing. We also talk about temperature, why temperature is important, right? A lot of people actually didn't realize, oh, that makes a difference. So when I share with them, they were very surprised. But some of them, they know, I never get a very consistent bread. I just don't know what went wrong. So when I talk about temperature, they were a bit like, oh, now I know why. Yeah. Some, when they practice, they fail. When I tell them whatever failure I have faced before, challenge, then they realize, oh, I know what went wrong. I know what I have done wrong. So I'm very happy they have all this response because at least they came to the right class. They learned something. So during the class, a lot of tip sharing, a lot of troubleshooting. Yeah, of course, hands-on from zero to a big loaf. So we talk about flour type, why flour is important. Different flour function differently. So, and of course about starter. How do you culture from zero again?
How to keep it alive.
Yeah, how to keep it alive and how do you use it kind of thing.
So funny how throughout the whole time that I've baked sourdough, I let my starter die once.
Really?
And only once.
It's more than enough. Only
it's
once.
more than enough. Because to understand how to properly culture and maintain a starter, right? I went through that process and I told myself, I'm not going to do that ever again.
Yeah, you know, right? So yeah, some students ask me, is it okay if I have two mother starter?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just telling them you are bringing disaster to your own self.
Yeah, you can't just waste a lot of resources.
Yeah, one mother is good enough to take care. So this is part of our workshop content. Of course, besides the process, we talk about oven, like I told you just now, second challenge. Yeah. And more on sharing, and also what I like the most is actually at the end of the class, I give them the overall process. Overall sourdough baking process. Actually it requires about 3 to 4 days. They were like, wow, very surprised when I outlined the timeline to them, the process timeline. They were a bit surprised to see, but at least they say, oh, this is a very good information. At least I know how to plan better right now, because sourdough baking is not like normal bread baking. It's totally different. It requires planning. So when I give them the final part during the class, they were very impressed. Okay, now I have better understanding. Look at the outline, the schedule. So at least they...
I think my mom should probably attend this class.
Please. What makes you say so?
I remember suddenly my home, one time suddenly my home ran out of sourdough. Then my mom asked me to bake. Then I tell her, okay, sure. Give me a few days. Then she said, why a few days? Why can't you just bake now sourdough? I said, because I need to prepare the starter.
Yeah.
And she doesn't understand.
Yeah. Some people doesn't really understand, but the moment you start to dive into this sourdough,
deep dive into
yes,
it. Yeah.
you will appreciate even more, right? And you will make more bread.
You actually kind of reminded me. I need to feed my starter.
Oh, thanks for that. Don't kill the starter anymore.
I hope it's not dead.
So we hope that with our sharing our class content, at least if you really want to know more about how students are satisfying with our class, check out our Google review. We got 5-star most of the time.
Yeah, check out the Barista Experience Academy review as well. There's a lot of trainers' names.
Including Reese Wong, right?
yeah, there's a lot.
So we were actually very happy, and thanks to all the students' support, actually, with all the good reviews, and some students are actually through recommendation. We were very happy, I hope more coming back.
I hope more come.
More to come.
I hope there's more to come.
Yes.
Okay. So do you other than having them text you after class, ask you questions, what else do you like help? How would you help them? Are there any other ways?
As of now, I would say my support is quite limited, to be very honest, through text or DM. As much as I can, I answer their question.
Has any students ever like called you and asked you, "Why's my dough burning?" or something?
If I can remember, maybe 1 or 2.
1 or 2.
Yeah. 1 or 2 they called me. So I mean, I'm happy to help, but I can't always on the call, right? So I'm to be very honest, I'm very happy to share, to teach, but sometimes it's quite limited. But we were trying to have a bit of a refresher class. For our ex-students. Because some of them were asking, is it okay if I come back to show you how I bake? As much as I can, I wanted, but thinking about the time, right? The time, the waiting time, the resting time. Maybe it's a bit challenging for us. So we were thinking maybe we should have a refresher class instead. Right? Maybe we try to gather a few of the students that are interested to come back to have a refresher class, so I can guide them again, and probably they can share with me what's the challenges at home, kind of thing. Refresher class is something that we wanted to look into. But just
normally, what kind of advice would you give them then?
Well, depending on
the most common questions.
Is always about the starter. It's always about the starter. That's why I say starter is always a challenge. But I always assure them, how I assure them is the moment you get through understanding your starter, you'll be flying. You'll be flying, because the rest of it, the mother starter is very stable, matured. The rest of it is how are you going to make your bread. That's it.
And I remember my first time culturing the starter is always like, please don't die, please don't die.
Talk to your starter.
I still love you, okay? Please don't die.
Starter is actually like a living creature, right? Like a pet or something. So talk to the starter. Give it a little bit of love.
And then it'll give you back this fermented smell. All right. So what about like advice? What kind of advice would you give to anyone who's considering baking?
You mean baking sourdough?
Baking sourdough.
Okay. Never give up. That's it. Does it make sense?
Okay. What about anyone who is like thinking of whether they are attending, whether they should attend
maybe
your
for
sourdough
really
class?
a newbie, those that never tried before, right?
Anyone who has is considering attending a sourdough class.
So usually how I persuade them. Not really persuade them. I mean, I like
marketing skills.
From a marketing perspective, right? It's always about healthy bread. It's all about healthy bread. You spend very little to make your bread. From a marketing point of view. You spend very little money but you get very good healthy bread at home, from home. And it just requires your time and your patience. That's it. So with that, if you're joining our class, we will share you all the process, the tips, the do and don'ts, what kind of things that you need to take note during the process. Yeah, but yeah, if you ask me from the marketing point of view, it's always about healthy bread. Healthy bread and cost effective. How much do you spend to make your bread? Tell me. Less than 10 ringgit? The cost.
Per sourdough? Less than
Yes,
10 ringgit,
yeah.
definitely.
Less than 10 ringgit.
All I need is flour. All I need to buy is flour.
Correct.
And
The water consider free.
usage.
Consider free.
Consider free lah.
Yeah.
Paying for water for everything.
And it's more about the effort you culture the starter. That's it. And it doesn't cost you a bomb either. And you don't need fancy equipment. So like for those students that are hesitating, they probably will ask, do I need to really get a good oven? Do I really need to get a Dutch oven? I will usually say no. Because those are, to me, a bit more fancy things to invest. Come to learn the basic technique. From there, you will find your way to get a better equipment. You don't, to be honest, you don't even need a very fancy equipment.
Wasn't there like a student of yours that used the heating gadget from
Heating, you mean air fryer?
not air fryer, it's like a heater.
Heater?
Yeah,
What is that
something
heater?
like that. Like a gadget that heats food. It's not exactly
You mean
an air
proofer,
fryer.
is it?
Is it proofer?
Yeah, dough proofer?
Is it dough proofer? I don't know.
Yeah.
But basically they use that to cook food.
Dutch
It
oven.
looks like an air fryer, but it's not. Something like a heating element.
As I can remember, one of my students, she was using an air fryer
Oh,
to bake
to bake the sourdough.
the sourdough. I was very surprised.
Does it work?
Yeah. She actually showed me the photo. I was quite impressed. I always share this during the class also. Like I will ask a question like, if you don't have a Dutch oven, what else can you use, kind of thing. So I will tell them, try with your air fryer. So that student of mine, I still can remember very clearly. She has zero baking experience. So when she joined my class, she said, I know nothing about baking. I don't even have an oven at home. So glad that she came. So when she went home, she practiced and she started to send me photos of her bread. I was really impressed. So I asked her, what oven have you bought? She said, I didn't buy any oven. I just used an air fryer. Wow, not bad. Yeah,
it's really not bad.
yeah. So I'm very proud to share this with my current students also. At least they have another option to make a healthy bread again in a more affordable way. Yeah. You don't need any fancy tools.
All right. So what do you hope that your students will take away from their experience baking inside in your classroom?
Yeah, it's all about the experience, right? As you are mentioning. So more importantly, I actually want them to be able to take the failure, because some people, like one or two loaves, they fail, they give up.
Yeah.
So what we actually want them is, or either actually we want to motivate them in a way that don't be worried about failure. It's just part of the learning process. So go ahead and fail until you want to give up, right? That's where you started to invest maybe slightly better equipment, slightly better tools to help you make better bread. Yeah. Just don't give up.
Yeah.
Like how I learned. Exactly how I learned.
Just fail and fail.
Fail and fail. Yeah, I'm still very proud to show. Sometimes if I remember during the class, I'm still very proud to show the students my first loaf. That is terrible. Yeah.
And you're proud of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very proud. Very proud to share with them. Yeah.
So, how do you support? Oh wait, that one we already talked about. Okay. What do you hope about your future goals and aspirations for this academy?
For this, I mean, from the perspective for academy, we really hope that we are able to have a bit more trainers, right? Trainers like Reese Wong, one of them.
Terms and condition is Sunday.
Well, I have Sunday for you. Yeah. So
you
what?
ask my boss.
Yeah, ask your boss. Sunday we split lah. Split split into half.
Okay.
I mean, as in half in the morning, half in the afternoon. Not splitting half of you.
Can't split. one go coffee, the other one go baking.
Yeah. So from the academic point of view, we hope that actually from the students, we actually hoping to recruit at least some apprentice or some assistant.
Do you have someone in mind?
As of now, Kimberly is my only choice.
But Kimberly went to the kids baking.
She's more enjoyable in kids baking, so I'll just let her be. But from students, I hope that we are able to discover a bit more on their talent, as in those that I don't even worry about their talent. I don't even worry about are they really good in making bread, right? All those you can train, right? We are just a little bit particular about your personality, your attitude. We really hope that from there we are able to get someone on board, especially from our students.
So you wouldn't mind, like, let's say, seeing that person with zero baking skills?
I don't mind at all. Like
you take that person in as your apprentice.
I don't mind at all. I'm like I say, you can teach them. You can teach them, but
as long as they have the heart to learn.
Yeah, exactly. I can't control your behavior. I can't control your discipline, right? It's all come naturally. So we try to find the right person that able to fit, because this is a long day thing. Long day.
How's it from 9 o'clock, right?
9 o'clock.
9 all the way until 6 o'clock.
Yeah, around 6 something. I'm not saying it's a difficult work. Just that it requires really patience, and your passion to teach.
Wait, so what time do you normally wake up before the class?
5?
Damn.
5 o'clock maybe.
You hear that, guys? This is the amount of dedication.
Yes, it's about it's about 5 o'clock, but and
the amount of dedication.
Yes, when you're into something, you will sacrifice for that.
I remember I used to wake up at 5 as well. I used to wake up at 5:30. Now no more.
Not anymore.
My days would normally consist of waking up at 7. And then I refresh the starter one more time. So around 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Now you do the
around 11 now?
Yes.
So 11, I would normally like feed the starter one more time, then go exercise or something.
Yes. So while waiting, right, you can do plenty of other activities.
Yeah, it's always the do one thing for like 5 to 10 minutes. Then you can just rest.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. So that's a good thing about making sourdough. It doesn't require a lot of attention.
Actually, everyone thought as well, like for 6 hours you need to be there.
Actually, no. So for those that are not very sure, right, actually don't worry about it. It requires very little attention. Just that you need to know what are you going to do the next step. That's it. Every time you handle the dough, like what I mentioned in the class, just less than 1 to 2 minutes. Then you can do the rest of your stuff.
Just go back to doing your work.
Exactly. So please learn more. There are still plenty of knowledge out there, about sourdough. So for me, myself, I hope for you also, Reese, keep learning.
I'm still learning.
Please keep learning. Never stop learning.
Never stop learning. All right.
You're laughing.
Nothing. Okay, so I actually have one last question.
Yeah.
How do you feel about this right now? So before I ask that question,
how do I feel? What do you mean? How do I feel?
Like during this podcast, because this is the first time you're doing the podcast with us.
Yeah, but I understand this is the second season.
Second season,
right? And I also understand I probably could be the second female in the podcast. The second one.
You're literally the second female.
Not the first, the second.
Second.
Yeah.
The one you knew, tell your boss. No, not me.
No, not important. I feel a bit a little overwhelming, to be honest.
Oh, really?
Because I can take the opportunity to share more. To share more. So with the hope that if the students or anyone have the chance to listen to this podcast, they will get to know more about sourdough. Why it's healthy? Why is it time consuming? Yeah. Yeah. I think this is a very good channel, at least a good channel for people to start cultivating a sourdough journey. Oh, not cultivating. I should say
starting
journey,
your sourdough journey.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So for my final question. Would you want to have any like collaborations in the future?
Well, we do get approached like from time to time. That people ask that can we collapse or can we work together for events maybe or some collaboration. Yes, we always welcome that. Yeah. It can be any brands.
Have there been any like collaborations on previous events that you've done?
These are a lot of inquiries coming in, but still not able to work it out yet.
Oh, so is that the problem is because there's no manpower or
either no manpower or the direction is different. Yeah. Time is not matching the time. Yeah, but yeah, we do hope to collaborate, especially maybe from another baking studio or something. Yeah, we can cross collaborate. Yeah, baking cakes and baking bread is totally a different thing.
Yeah, it's definitely different.
Yeah, it's a different thing. So we are happy to collaborate. Right? Yeah, share as much as we can. Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
So
would you want to collaborate with me by teaching me to make mushroom soup? Sell your sourdough bread and your mushroom soup. I think you can. I think you can do so, right?
Again, my
college.
terms and condition is Sunday. Okay.
I don't really care about Sunday. I mean, you can do it in your school, right? I mean, your college.
In college.
Yeah.
I don't think I would want to make mushroom soup in college.
But sourdough, okay.
I don't.
Can you like set up a little kiosk there to sell your bread?
Actually, yes.
Yeah.
I did a fundraiser. Like one last year. I did a fundraiser last year.
All right.
I didn't sell sourdough though.
You did?
I didn't.
Then?
Huh?
What have you done?
That's
We sell cookies.
selling merchandise.
Oh, merchandise.
It's fundraiser. It's not for
Okay,
us.
your anime merchandise.
No, not. It's something like that. Okay, something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it is an art school. Obviously, there'll be
Yeah.
anime related.
Yeah. You can if you're good in art, right? You can score your sourdough very, very pretty. I trust your art sense. To be very honest, I'm not an art person. So if you
My scoring is still very random.
Yeah.
Okay, it's just one slash.
yeah, I'm not an artistic person. But yeah, so it's always good to have a pretty bread. Yeah, if you have a very good art sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
I need to practice more on
Yeah.
scoring.
Yeah. 200 loaves failure. Never ending failure. Yeah. To be very honest, why I say never ending failure was because I still fail nowadays. Yeah, I still fail sometimes.
You've baked well over probably about 500 loaves at this point, right?
I don't know. I like yourself, I lost track. I mean I do have a logbook to keep track my journey. Yeah. I just couldn't track how many loaves I have done. What I'm trying to say is I still fail sometimes. Yeah, to be honest. But that's part of learning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Like you, keep on learning.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I'll consider the collaboration.
Yeah, please. Maybe we should do a cooking and baking show. A master chef kind of thing.
No, maybe not. I'm going to panic the moment I hear that. Okay.
Yeah. Maybe I should ask you, what have you learned from the academy? Like you were actually one of our students before. What have you learned the most from it, and how do you keep track on that?
Well, the most I've learned is the technique you use. Things like the how to properly shape round the dough,
Yep.
make the texture smooth as possible,
Yep.
and then let it to proof.
Yep.
So things like
Not
the
on
technique-
scoring lah.
It's not on scoring. Yeah. You only score once.
Yeah.
You only
Your
score
only
once.
chance to score. Yeah.
Yeah. Then so from that on, I try to practice myself because like you said during that class we had that time.
Yeah.
Different people, the way they tighten the dough, right? The outer layer of the dough, the way they tighten it is very different.
Yes. Everyone
So-
has a different strength. Yeah.
So-
different pressure, different strength.
Yeah.
Yes.
So for me, it would I had to go home. I had to practice
Yeah.
on how to do it. Yeah. So every time I do it at it's either too not strength, the dough is not strengthened enough, so it's very soggy and stuff.
Yes.
Either that or I do it too much and the dough breaks.
Yeah. Overwork.
Yeah, overwork the dough.
Yeah.
So I had to work my way around
Yes.
it every time.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah. You will eventually you'll find your way to tackle it. Yeah. To
Yeah.
handle the dough.
I still keep notes though. I still keep the notes that I learned during the class. And then
Wow.
every time when I lost track of something, I always refer back to the notes.
Wow.
And then I would try to improvise on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So another thing for me that I learned is that while studying studying how to bake sourdough in your class, right, is in a controlled temperature environment. So essentially the aircon room will be on at all times.
Yep.
That's why it's consistently always like 30 minutes, 35 minutes. Yeah.
Yep.
But for me, right, I do it in the dining room.
Yeah.
not dining-
Hotter.
yeah,
Hotter
at home. So
environment.
it's hotter environment. So you're not supposed to let it proof for like half an hour. You're
Yeah.
supposed to let it proof for like 20
Maybe
minutes.
shorter timing.
It's definitely
Yeah.
shorter timing, yeah.
Yeah.
So that was another thing I learned probably until like my 30th dough. Then only I started to realize, the dough is actually constantly overproofing. Yeah.
Yeah. Because of temperature.
Yeah. So things like that. And then I'm still learning a lot.
Yes.
Like my scoring technique, I'm actually still learning. Because no matter how much I score, I still cannot get a
Yeah.
bunny. I cannot.
So you say you're only free on Sunday, right?
Yeah.
So you know what to do on Sunday, right?
Don't you ask my boss. Cannot ask me. Cannot ask me.
If you are passionate enough, I mean,
I'm passionate
well,
enough to
if
continue
you
baking.
want to learn through the way, you will be able to find your time. Yeah.
I'm passionate enough to continue baking.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't have the confidence to teach baking.
Yeah. Do you think I have confidence to teach?
Last time not so
Yeah.
much, but now you have a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
you have
true learning. It's true learning.
the experience to back you up.
Yeah. So actually, the learning is also I also learn from students. To be honest,
Oh,
I learn from students. I learn to pick up the answer from the students. How am I going to answer that question if I have no experience? If I have not tried that before? Yeah. So I learn from them also. Yeah. So they gave me opportunity to learn actually. Yeah. Yeah.
it's very. You should be very grateful.
Yeah.
and-
Yeah.
I mean, I'm even grateful to have you as the sourdough.
Wow.
trainer.
Thank you. I'm flattered.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Too
I'm
bad. Too bad. I can't. I
I'm
can't
proud
be
to have a
practice.
student like you. I
Thank
mean,
you,
you are
thank you.
the only student. I mean, among,
the-
among the batch, right?
I am
You
literally
are the
the
only-
only trainer left that actually bakes sourdough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you are the only person that continue baking at least. Yeah, I'm so proud of you. Even though I don't get a lot of chance to taste it, but I know you're working on it silently. Yeah.
Silently. Yeah.
Yeah. I hope you can get the bunny ear soon.
I hope so too.
Yeah. So you know what to do on Sunday?
Okay, you gotta tell me. You need to tell my boss.
Yeah. Tell your boss. Apply to the boss. Yeah. Ask your boss to talk to me.
Okay, I'll ask my boss to talk to you. Okay.
All right.
All right. So we've come to the end of this this topic. So anything you would like to share before we end this podcast?
Well, I always encourage people, anyone, don't be afraid to try. That's it. I mean, this it could apply to any of the situation. But yeah, sourdough, never be afraid to try. Yeah, I hope we can still keep the community growing, right? As a student, you learn. Maybe you share with your friends and family. So keep sharing. Yeah, build our community, sourdough community.
You will want more people in this community Just
Yeah. I mean, it's a healthy bread anyway.
is, yeah.
So you shouldn't be spending too much money buying it. Yeah. So make your own bread.
it's better to do that.
Yeah. So I hope to see more students coming, of course. Yeah.
Okay, I hope to see more students come too.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
All right, so we've come to the end of this session. So my name is Reese, and
I'm Yennie.
thank you for listening to the Coffee and the Company podcast. Bye.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. Bye bye.